I would have made billions of dollars in this job if I wanted to play that game the way they played it, but instead I took the job very seriously and very importantly, and you can see from the recently announced financial reports, I don't need the money.
Yeah, Donald Trump says he doesn't need the money. What's funny about that is that when you look at his financial reports, when you look at the campaign finance reports for his campaign, it kind of seems like he needs the money, and it kind of seems like he's getting the money, actually. And in a race where he is now trailing Kamala Harris, and she's raising a ton of money, which we're going to get to, if I was a Republican, I'd be mad about the fact that there's all these shady organizations he set up that are just hoovering up money from regular MAGA conservatives, and it's going to something we don't really know.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
And the New York Times piece by Republican political consultant Juliana Glover goes into the details of all this black hole for big money. And so apparently during just this election, the Trump campaign and 4 of its PACs have paid Red Curve Solutions at least $18 million. They appear to pay Mr. Trump's legal bills and then get reimbursed by the PACs. So I guess that money's just going to cover his butt on all of the crimes he committed. That's totally what conservative MAGA people were intending for the money when they donated it. There's a group called Launchpad Strategies that took in almost $15 million via the Trump Save America Joint Fundraising Committee and the Trump National Committee. Very little is known about the group. It was created just last year. The Trump campaign says it's related to fundraising. We don't know who owns it, who runs it, or where the money went. And when all we know is that it's related to fundraising, but all it appears to be doing is taking the money you've already raised and then disappearing it, that's strange. And that's just so far in this race, by the way. This isn't new. Back in 2020, almost 516 million of the over 780 million spent by the Trump campaign was directed to, quote, American-made media consultants, this private company created in 2018 that masked the identity of who ultimately received the donor dollars. So they sucked up literally the majority of all of that money, and then it was used on things, we guess. It's really dark and really shady. And at the end of the day, I don't particularly care. It wasn't my money. But if you're a conservative who donated to this, or if you're a candidate on the right that desperately needed this help or the boost that responsible spending of this money would have given, I would be frustrated, Francesca, by the lack of transparency. What do you think?
Yeah, it's going to him. It's going to the families. His families. It's going to his family. It's going to him. It's going to his businesses. It's going to his legal expenses. It is going to all clean up the entire mess that he made. Clean up the fact that he should have never been running for public office in the first place. And all of the things they used to make money on Trump University have been investigated and imploded. And so it's like, and I think moreover, this can the death of the Republican Party happen already? Because this is all what it's leading to. Trump has to be reelected for Republicans to even have a fighting chance at maintaining a party. But after this, if they lose in November, what is left? Where does the money go anymore? Where does the movement go? Where does the money go? And that is what's so scary about January 6th and what is likely to come in the future, which is if they lose and claim fraud and, oh my God, the endlessness that we're going to have to hear about the supposed fraud if they do lose, it is also all still leading to violent acts. Now, what's different this time around is Joe Biden is president, thank F, right? Because he can't, use the National Guard against Capitol police officers or help the rioters or whatnot, or not send in assistance when they need to be helped. But that's sort of the end game, John, right? It's a little bit like, how are they going to go out this time? Just electorally, politically, they're bankrupt. And if they don't get the votes, they're priming their base to take action.
That does seem to be the strategy. But as you point out, it is good that this time it is Biden. That's a little bit more protection. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?